You work with people that you just question yourself, what's kilo day, what's happening? Hello guys, welcome back to my old subscribers, welcome to my new subscribers that have recently joined this channel. Guys, it's been a minute, it's really been a while. Well, it's a long story, I can't go into all that details right now, but I'm happy to be back. So guys, this video is just to share my honest opinion on my journey so far. A lot of you have followed me right from the very beginning when I got into the UK as a domiciliary carer, when I switched jobs and joined my current employers, the NHS. Guys, it's been a journey. Guess what? It's now a year. It's now one whole year working for the NHS. And what can I say? What experience it has been. I've spent 1 year and I'm here to give you guys my honest opinion. Well, you want to stick around to the very end because I'll be sharing mind-blowing facts that you need to be aware of if you want to switch jobs or if you have, the intention to join the NHS anytime soon. So ensure you stick to the very end. All right. So one of the things that I really enjoy working for the NHS, guys, is the support you get. The support you get from working in a place like, for me, I'm speaking from my trust, the support you get, when you have issues at work, whatever it might be, from personal to family. Yeah, of course, you have to keep certain things private, to having issues at work. If you're struggling, whatever you're struggling with, you want to attain higher, whatever phase you are, the support you get from your colleagues, the support you get from your superiors, it's so amazing that you can walk up to your manager and say, look, this is the challenge I'm having. And even when they're busy, you can send an email. I can walk up to my manager and let her know this is what the challenge I'm facing. This is what I'm going through. You have a framework, the trust, my own trust, have a framework for you to say, this is where you are now. How far do you want to go? Guys, I found it very amazing when after I think about 6 months and I had a meeting, with someone from the trust to discuss my work framework, how far I want to go, where I am now, the trains I need to take, where I see myself. It just made me feel too special. It just made me feel, wow, this is not just people that you're working for, but they also have your good intentions in heart. For me, guys, that was just something phenomenal. So for me, having the support from not just your colleagues, not just your superior, but from the trust in general, where you have people that are located to look after your welfare, it is just amazing. Right, the opportunity to work with, colleagues from diverse cultures, diverse background. Even though you're a healthcare assistant, sometimes you have to work with, you meet up, or you have to work with consultants, you have to work with your managers, nurses, physiotherapists, occupational therapists. You work with people across different backgrounds, and it just opens up your mind of what is possible. Sometimes when there are certain areas you can work to, it looks as if you're limited, you only see the same kind of people. But working for the NHS, it brings people from different backgrounds, people that have gone far and wide, people that are really high up there. And it just opens up your mind to say, look, if these people can be where they are, I can also attain to be, in such positions. And it helps me build myself, opens up my mind to understand and to realize that I can be whatever I set my mind to be. For me, honestly, I count it a very, very big privilege. One of the things I've actually enjoyed working as a healthcare assistant, with the NHS is the work-life balance. So previously where I used to work, yeah, thank God for the job opportunity. But the truth was, it wouldn't have been easy. Thankfully, my family wasn't here then, but I don't know how I would have managed with the kind of job I was doing then, and with my family, because I've got kids, to take care of. I've got my husband as well. But with the NHS, my contracted hours is 37.5 hours, of course, unless I want to do more, maybe bank shift or overtime. But with that gives you about 3 days to work in a week, of an additional 4 in a month, and then you have the extra time to yourself to maybe you want to take bank shift, you want to do anything else, you want to spend time with your kids. The work-life balance is second to none, guys. I'm just so thankful. For me, that's one of the biggest perks of joining the NHS. Having work-life balance of, okay, I want to just work 3 days a week. I just want to stick to my 37.5 hours, or I want to do more. I want to spend more time with my kids. I want to spend more time, thinking of how to grow myself. That for me is just one of the perks I've enjoyed so far, of having to be able to manage my time effectively, as a career woman, as a mom, as someone working for my trust. It just gives you that opportunity for you to think of how to build yourself around your job and around your family. What more can I say? So far, I am thankful. So, guys, at this point, if you're still watching up to this point, I hope you've clicked the subscribe button. Go ahead and subscribe, join our community, and let's build a thriving community of living here in the UK, relocating abroad, and having your best life working and living abroad. So, guys, need I say more? The holiday pay. Like you go on holiday and you're paid for your holidays, you're feeling unwell, you're feeling ill, you have maybe you're calling sick, you're paid during the for a certain period of time, when you're ill or away from work. Guys, you don't get that every day. You don't get that every day and everywhere. Okay, so these are one of the things that we enjoy working for the NHS. That that these are the benefits that we enjoy working for the NHS. As you work, whatever happens at work, you're not feeling very well, you can't come in. And even sometimes you also have hours as a parent whereby maybe one of your child is feeling unwell, you can call in sick on behalf of your child. Oh, my child is not feeling well. They can be paid for those hours. I think it's just for a period of time anyway, especially if you're a parent as well. There are other pays you can also get: bereavement pay. You lost somebody very close to you, maybe a parent or something. For the period you're away, you are paid as well. Guys, I don't know of many companies that really offers that. Aside the NHS here in the UK, a lot of companies offer this, but these are one of the benefits that I am personally enjoying working for the trust. Okay, so guys, I promised I was going to give you guys the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we've talked about the good, we've talked about the beautiful, and I mean, this is just like a handful of so many things I've been enjoying so far. I mean, I can go on and on, but I also want to give you the other side of the coin. Like every coin has two sides, right? One of the struggles that's I've currently faced at my current place of work is incidents at work. Guys, sometimes, because I work in a mental health hospital, sometimes you're working with people that have challenging behavior. Sometimes you are working with people that have different mental health issues at different points in their life, and of no fault of theirs, an incident might occur, and you might be assaulted, or you might have an incident at work. The truth is, my trust, or most NHS trusts, do their most best to train you to manage these behaviors when it comes up. That's the truth. In the perfect scenario of you managing assault, managing incidents at work, there are also that cases that one or two cases whereby some of these things can just get out of hand, can just escalate. And they're just one of those things that can happen. So some unfortunate incidents happen that you might be assaulted at work. One or two incidents might happen that might affect you negatively. But the beauty of this whole thing is, at the end of the day, you are fully supported. So whatever happens at work, you get the support you need at work. Your manager supports you. If you need to take time off, maybe because of whatever that happened, you get that time off. That's the beauty of the whole working with NHS. But like I said, one of the things that I've struggled with sometimes is some of the incidents that might take place at work, which of course you can't run away from some of this thing because of the kind of environment that we work in. So another factor also is the emotional and psychological fact of working with the kind of people you work with. The truth is, no matter how prepared or how good you are, there are times that you'll be emotionally affected, by the kind of clients you work with, by the kind of environment you find yourself at that point in time. The truth is, we're all human, and you'll be drained at some point. You get to some point, you're like, oh God, I can't just take this anymore. I've had enough. Sometimes whatever you're going through, the challenging behavior can get to you psychologically, can also affect you mentally. Thank God for the kind of hours that will do that. You can also take out time to step back, and come back to work feeling more refreshed. But the truth is, emotionally as well, psychologically as well, you can also be affected by the work environment, by the stress of the job. Sometimes you're burnt out. Sometimes you just want to, what, I've just had enough. These days happen, these days come. I've had those days, but the truth is, because of the work-life balance, I'm able to go back home, refresh, and come back. You know what? I'm ready for this. Let's go on. That's one of the side parts of this job. So, guys, one more thing. Interestingly, the truth is that whether you like it or not, at some point or the other in your career in this country, as a colored person, you will face some form of racism. That is the truth. In England is such a beautiful country. It's a very multiculturally diverse country. But the truth is, there's still some form of subtle racism here and there. Sometimes from your colleagues, sometimes from your superiors, sometimes from even your patients that you're caring for. Funny enough, there is still that racism that will come up. And the truth is, whether you like it or not, it will get to you. When especially people you're caring for, you're caring for someone and they're hurling racist abuse at you, it will get to you. And these are things, one of the things that you just, what, how am I going to carry on? Especially when people say things to you that you feel it's not fair. I'm giving you my best and all that. But at the end of the day, it goes back to me personally. I remind myself that most of these patients are unwell. Most of these patients are not doing very well. They're not in a very good place. You just try to take this thing, like a slip off your skin and carry on with the job. Yes, sometimes as well, you can also face racism from your colleagues. Something things happen and you feel the way you're not treated the way your colleague is being treated, or you're not spoken to the way your colleague is being spoken to. At the end of the day, it goes back to your person. That is the way I carry myself. I remind myself who I am. I know who I am. All right. I remind myself I know who I am. I carry myself knowing who I am. I carry myself knowing that I'm giving my best to this job, and that is all that matters. So yes, you will face some form of racism from sometimes your colleague, even your superiors, and sometimes your patients. Yes, those days will come. So just have that at the back of your mind. And this takes me to my next point of working with difficult colleagues. Guys, the truth is we are all diverse, we're all different, different understanding, different upbringing, different environment, and some people's, environment have also formed their behavior. And whether you like it or not, you will work with some difficult people. You will work with people that you just question yourself. What's kilo day? What's happening? Just work. I just want to come to work, do my job, get paid, and go home. But the truth is, it's not that simple. Whether you like it or not, you must work as a team. They expect you to work as a team. And in the course of working as a team, you have encounters with your colleagues who want to do things this other way, even though you feel okay, it should be done this way. And okay, even if you feel okay, let's do it like this or let's do it like that, they have a different opinion. And the way they pass their message across, it just gets to you. Sometimes working with some colleagues just make your life even more difficult than the job itself. I know a lot of you agree with me. Sometimes it is even the environment you work in, the colleagues you work with, that makes the job more difficult. Should I talk about the grapevine? You know how it is now, guys. They say one thing, looking all nice in front of you, and behind they are saying something else. A lot of us from the African continent, we can't cope with those kind of behaviors, guys. You know what I mean? Why people smile in front of you and behind you, they're saying something else. These are some of the things that I personally struggle with. I'm like, I prefer you coming to tell me, like, okay, you know what, you did this, you did that, and then we can trash it out, than be all smiley and all nice and behind you just something else. But anyway, it is what it is. It's just part of the job. And this is one of the things that you will face working in places like this. Because whether I like it or not, unlike domiciliary care where you have to go, sometimes you go on your own, you work alone. Sometimes you work with maybe just one person and, you manage yourself. But here you're working with a whole lot of people. You're working with superiors, your colleagues are there. You're like 5 or 6 carers on the ward per time. You have to take care of patients and things like that. There must be scuffle. There must be shuffle. There must be misunderstanding here and there. At the end of the day, it goes back to how you manage it. I remind myself all the time to be the bigger person, to be the person, because now only me, I know where they go. Now only me, I know where they come from. Now me know where they go. So guys, just have it at the back of your mind that yes, you will meet difficult colleagues who want to make your life difficult. By the end of the day, the way you carry yourself, reminding yourself the ethics of the job at every point in time. Right, guys. This one is, even though yes, it's a very good thing. I mean, NHS trains you to the seat, you get all the trainings, but the truth is when you join NHS, you go do training tire. You would realize you're there's just so much training to do, online training, physical training. You have to come in, come in that days you have to come in, you're scheduled to come and do training, in the hospital itself. Sometimes you're meant to travel out to do the training and all that. So you just from training to training to training, you're just sort of like, it's okay. But the beauty of this whole thing is that some of these training are paid. All right. For me currently, I'm currently doing my MVQ, and guess what? I'm being paid for the hours I put in to do my MVQ. My instructor is being paid. At the end of the day, it's a win-win for them and for me. Okay. I know some people pay to do their own MVQ, but they are paying to do my MVQ, and they're paying me for the hours I put as well. What can be better than that? Sometimes there are some trainings we also take as well, where you have to go to another trust or another hospital to go and take training. Guess what? They pay for your travel. Sometimes you have to spend maybe 2 days for the training. If you have to travel out of state, they pay for your accommodation as well. And what can be more beautiful than that? But like I said, sometimes it can be tiring as well, doing all this training, being involved. But at the end of the day, is something to ensure that you are efficient, doing your job at every point in time. I hope you got value. This is my honest opinion so far working for the NHS. I've got so many points to give, but I just have to brief it. And I hope you got value. And I hope it's something that will encourage you to join working for the NHS Trust. All right, guys, so come to the end of this video. I'll see you guys in my next video where I'll be talking more about opportunity to relocate living here in the UK. Take good care, guys, and bye.